Hello everyone, Dino Don here again with the next update on the W.A.R Corsair project. This weekend I didn't get to do anything yesterday. I spent most of the day today working on such parts. Yesterday and during the week I was getting my gyrocopter back into flying condition, so I spent the week working on that. I had to put two new tires, inner tubes in the tires. I had two flat tires. They were like 10 years old, so the tubes finally kind of like dry rotted. I had some rubber bushings on here, polyurethane bushings that worked as like shock absorbers. Well, over the cold winters they just exploded. They were again 10 years old, so I had to try a couple different springs. First set of springs I got were these. They were 300 pounders, so you had 600 total, which should have been plenty for the machine, but turns out that 300 pounds is just strictly when they're in the compressed state just before coil bind. So they weren't light enough with me and the weight of the fuel and everything. So but these ones are 540 pounds a piece. So that gives me over 1,100 pounds almost. I had to put all new fuel lines on it, and I cleaned it all up. Let's see what else I do. Basically just went over everything, fixed it all up, reattached the springs to the overhead control, but I spent the week doing that to go out yesterday with it. So yesterday came, took it to the airstrip, got there about noon, and wouldn't you know, it started raining just after I got there. And then it rained for the next 5 hours, so I didn't even get to test it. But I did have it up and running and started, but I never took it off the trailer. So today I came out and got to work on the last 5 pieces of these control surfaces. I had 3 flaps, I think this one, those 2, or one of them over there, the rudder. So there's 5 sides, so everything is coated on both sides. It's ready for sand out. Right now these are still they're dry, but they're still soft. So then I went ahead and got the gas tank out, got my new screws I ordered, put them in. You can see I threw some safety wire in there to hold them in place. Those aren't too critical. I used some Permatex non-drying sealant on the screws when I put them in, so these are all wired together and tied off at the ends. So the tank is now ready to go back into plane. And then last week I mentioned I needed to get the crimping pliers to crimp this connector right here. You can see it's got a hex to it, so that went real easy. Then I took in, let me turn this on. It's all plugged into the headset, so but anyway, I got the push to talk hooked up on the stick. Now if I do this, push the button, that tells me it's transmitting. So that's good. Let's see if I can get the weather on here. Scanning. I don't have the door open, so it's not going to pick it. I had it on earlier, and it was working just fine. So that's finished. All that's left to do down here now is to put the seat floor back in, route this wire for the push to talk, get that out of the way of the controls, and up here on the left side. I cut down the battery cable, the positive battery cable. I took almost a foot off of that. You can see I got my windshield just kind of setting in place, get up off the floor. It's getting a little dirty sitting down there. That's kind of the extent of what I got done. Oh, I did go ahead and wire up these power and grounds for this turning bank here. I put the pins on there and heat shrinked around it, and then just wired them to the positive and negative here, so when you turn on the master switch and turn on the avionics switch, that'll automatically start spinning. So basically all I got left to do in here is the brake reservoirs up here. I need to get it filled, get the brakes bled out, get the brace, still got to do this damn brace, on there. Glue these little pieces back in place that came out up here. And the tank's ready to go ahead and tie up, put gas in it, and should be ready to test fire again. I still have to get the exhaust finished. Just probably going to make a plug cap to put in here for now until later. But eventually I need to get something up into here, like basically where it is. As you can see, this piece won't work. It sticks outside the cowl. So for now I'm just going to cap it, make a cap and put it on there. So, and then I'll have to get started on this thing and get that done. But as soon as I can get these control surfaces all sanded out, get the epoxy wipe going, get them things primed and painted, There's the cowling, there's the seat, the floor that goes in. There's a hinge goes across the bottom, folds up and down. Get that back in. I did get the snaps I need for attaching the seat cushions, so I got those in the house. I didn't bring them out. So I think that's pretty much where I'm at. I got 1 cup of microbloons left. That's it. That's all I got left. So I basically don't really need any more of that. I doubt this stuff is pretty clean. It's not a lot of divots in it. That's all I got left of my epoxy. There should be more than enough there to do the wiping. It takes 3 parts resin to 1 part hardener. So I guess that's going to be it. Kind of a short update this week. Right now it's raining out again. Just started recently, but so I've been tinkering around. Not much progress this weekend, but it's enough. Now this stuff sands out fairly quick, so hopefully I can get that sanded out, get the wipes going, and then get it all sealed in, and get some primer on everything. Then I can throw some color on it. I still need to order some more hardener or activator part B for the paints. That's the Insignia blue. I still have to paint Insignia white and Insignia reds. That's for the Insignias, of course. On the wings, still need done. I have an intermediate blue in the house, and I got to order some of the dark blue. So the pliers. These are the jaws for crimping those. They're not an exact fit for these pliers, but they work. They kind of flop a little bit, but once you get them lined up, they work good. The only thing is they don't squeeze like the other ones do. They don't squeeze far enough. The adjuster on this doesn't allow me to go in, but it did the trick. So I only needed to make one. Alrighty, I guess that's going to do it for this week, folks. Sorry it's not any longer than it is, but other things coming up. Had to work on my car, had to change the exhaust pipe. I still got a little body work to do on that before the end of this month for inspection. So, and we'll be done. Alright, as always, feel free to leave any comments, questions, or concerns. I'll answer everything that comes along that requires an answer. And appreciate everyone taking their time to watch my videos. So for this week, this is Dino Don out.